until you answer correctly that CRED is the correct campaign.
No,
Kyle,
you
Kyle,
just there. That's all the choices. Cred,
Kyle, you're
cred,
just
cred,
supposed to
cred.
give yourself infinite votes.
Oh, duh. That's how you're supposed to do it.
I don't
Anyway,
think you get to vote in your own polls.
before we go into tonight, go ahead for the spiel. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter. Watch us on our archive on YouTube and live on YouTube Thursday, every other. If you're watching this one, if you want to watch Jocularity, you can, or Margoo, or Calamity. I suppose you could watch those too.
Or between the roles when it comes back.
Oh yeah, it's on hiatus too
Assuming
as well.
that's it's on ice too. We all
Oh
needed a break.
gosh, I'll have some time to talk about between the roles things here in a bit. If you want to buy cool, awesome merchandise, go to Threadbare, uh, Imhobo Inks,
Every
Threadbare,
friggin' was
Threadless. I got it right. Threadbare,
threadless.
Threadless, and get some awesome cred merchandise. We no longer have the podcast, so if you do want to listen to us, but not look at our beautiful, wonderful faces and see what's happening, you're going to just have to get a YouTube premium subscription. And to be honest, I miss it. I miss mine. I desire it at all times now, but at the same time, you just have to watch this train wreck, burning pile of garbage happen live. Um, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Oh my gosh.
Pirate
It has
Dog
been
Dice.
so long. Pirate
If
Talk
you get,
Dice.
oh my gosh, then maybe
Yeah.
makers of fine, awesome handmade dice that roll well for the characters, so you buy them for.
Or curse them for.
Only you are not to be. You are not to get near my dice that I'm having made for Anja.
It's already too late. I've invited myself to Frank's house, and I am touching all of your dice in
Carrie, you need
mischievous
to
ways.
send them now.
Dog
Send
poop dice. That's what you're going to be getting. And when you roll that one, it stinks, but you know what smells good? Not putrid sewers, but any of the other wonderful scents of adventure scents. That's right, we are talking about Oddfish Games, Adventure Scents! Get the library, get the tavern, or the putrid sewers. Just don't inhale it, or that's all you're going to be able to smell. It even punctuates through the COVID desensifier. It's true. Uh, so don't use that to see if you have COVID or not, because it's just not going to work for you. Finally, they have some other awesome products that are no longer in. Oh my goodness, I haven't thought about any of this in quite a while, and I've got to think about what the what's that thing where you pay to have them make stuff?
What do you mean, commission?
No, 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 not
What do
commission.
you mean?
They're like, oh, I'm going to make a product. Who wants to pay for it?
A
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter. Yeah, they don't have anything in the Kickstarter at the moment, but keep an eye out for the Shine project, the awesome engine for D&D stuff, uh, how to RPG with your cat,
Which I
the
now need to
acid
get.
test. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's the greatest thing in the world, obviously. And that is all at Oddfish Games. Finally, you asked for it, you begged for it, you got on your knees, and we said, well, while you're down there, how about we get you some Murder HoboCon Cubed 3 this February 11th. All the slots are filled up. There's something to do at every time. And if you want to run something, you can still run something. We'll just give you more time and more space to run it and have fun as we do this virtual con.
Of course, if you just like playing and don't want to run anything, you'll have tons of selections to to pick from now.
Didn't I say that?
You did, but it
Stop
was but I
talking
feel
over
like
me,
the
Carol.
emphasis is
Gosh.
on DMs. We need to invite slackers like me.
Yes,
We
all
don't
the
like to
You
lazy,
DM
are a
that often.
slacker.
all the lazy players, all the active players, all the players in between.
Indeed. All right, but that's the whole spiel tonight, guys. Why don't we go round robin here? Introduce yourself, introduce your character, and why you think I shouldn't make sure that your character is dead yet. Starting with,
Oh.
I feel
Andre,
offended,
go
Kyle.
ahead. What's that?
I feel offended, Kyle.
Why would you be offended?
Because he's dead.
Twice. Twice. That's the best part.
But you get to come back this time, Mr. Nine Lives.
Yes, maybe.
Does he? Does
We will
he?
find out. I have to find out from the GM. I may just be window dressing tonight.
Well, you are a cat. They make really
That's
good
why you
window
have the
dressing.
mask on, isn't it?
Yes, no, seriously. If I'm just dead, I'm gonna go get my cats and just put them in front of the camera the whole night.
Bring your camera out to them. Don't bring them
I don't
in
know.
there.
I can't
I'm
do that.
obligated to make sure that you're dead all night long.
The cats are cute. Let's get so
Yes, little murder bots they are.
All right. Well, let's start with you, DJ. Go ahead and introduce yourself and your character that you may or may not be playing tonight.
Hello, I am DJ, and I'm playing a dead cat.
What's his name?
Doesn't matter. He's a dead cat. No, it is Mr. Knight, the best character of the game, by the way.
Oh, really?
This is true.
This is why you should be alive, right?
Yes.
I'm not convinced.
Mm.
Carol, why don't you introduce your character?
So we got to convince you why you should not kill our characters off, huh?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah.
All right, everyone. My name is Carol. I play Andre Yeager. Oh, actually, let me do my usual spiel. Hi, I'm Carol. I'm a longtime gamer, occasional GM, and commission mini painter. I have my own stream on Twitch because I haven't been kicked off of there yet. Under Muses_Touch. And let's see. I was part of the social project on here. And as for this, I play Andre Yeager, my somewhat crazy half-elven ranger barbarian. Wait, that's a mouthful. And why you shouldn't kill me? Well, it's like everything bad. Like the reasons why not to kill her are also bad for her. So, you shouldn't kill her because she's got a big mystery that we've put in game that I'd like to find out, and I'm sure our viewers would love to find out the answers to before she dies. I think that alone right there is a great reason to not kill her. Her story's her story is not finished. And that's why she shouldn't die. Her chances went up a tiny little bit too, so.
Nah, Ernie, what are you doing? How you doing?
You're such a dick.
Yeah, so I'm Ernie, and I play Riley, the warlock, and Riley just got back all of his memories and realized all the things that he has done and the things that have happened to him over his journey. Yeah, so Riley is trying to sort through all that right now, and is also given a decision to either work with Ubosathla or betray Ubosathla through a ritual. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, that's right. All right. Okay, you guys can live for a little bit longer, I suppose. Even the dead cat.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see here.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you guys kind of hit the point there. Due to poor decision making on the parts of at least two of the players in this room, and the vindictiveness of one GM who we won't name names because that would be rude, and we don't want people to call them out on Twitter or anything like
Absolutely.
that. Absolutely not. No. Well, okay, I'm not on Twitter.
Yeah, you are.
Am I?
So we can call you
You
out on Twitter?
were.
Yeah, I suppose. Go ahead.
Did you kill your account?
I have no idea. What is Twitter?
Okay.
All right. You'll have to excuse me. I'm trying to figure out this whole D&D Beyond thing.
You
I
mean
lost
Truth
my
Social?
subscription.
Oh, truth. Oh,
That's what
I
it is.
love that Trump guy. He's great.
All
He is
right,
just
wait,
trumpeting the
wait.
truth everywhere.
Get on with it, Kyle.
Get on with it.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, fine. Um, I do have to remember what happened. Yes, so after poor decisions upon two of these players tonight, Mr. Knight got himself killed because he decided to uh, turn all the cats in the city into noise-making, terrifying cats. I mean, cats. There's no other word. He turned the cats onto the city, and he is now getting his comeuppance with his real life cats. So I mean, that's okay.
I guess that's fair,
Yeah. So and reap. Meanwhile, Anja was successful in grabbing the tools she needed. However, while waiting for quite a long time
huh?
and
Oh, I
not
got my yeah, I do have my tools. I don't have the ones that Mr. Knight had. I've got the blacksmith tools.
That's right. That's right.
The shipwright's tools, I think, are still with the skeleton that's wandering around town, freaking everybody out. If I remember correctly.
Anja found herself in the waiting arms of
Oh,
Zechariah, the totally normal,
oh
up
no,
with everything
no,
bartender,
not in the
uh,
least.
who turns out to be running some sort of underground operation, maybe within his bar, where you found out that the skeleton has been found, destroyed, and all
Oh, it
materials it
was
was
okay.
carrying confiscated. Bad decision making.
Oh, that's all
Um,
right. I thought I did not real. I don't remember that part, but okay. I'm definitely willing
um,
to go with it. I don't think they told her that, but you did kind of hint at saying there was a skeleton causing a ruckus, and he wanted to know about it. But I don't think he said it was to her face. It was destroyed. But that's okay. Good to know.
indeed. Um, while there, you were offered a safe place to sleep and escort out of the city, provided you open yourself up to some investigation. You are indeed an odd creature, Miss Yeager, and we have to find out what secrets you may be hiding. Which
Dick
you did
wouldn't,
that.
and the
Uh,
Dick wouldn't tell her what secret she's hiding because she doesn't even know what she's hiding.
that's the best part, isn't it?
You're such an ass.
Meanwhile, we travel back in time, where we meet it back up again with Riley and find out what happened in that secret room. He found the ledger that Ubo Sathla has demanded from him, but when he picked it up, it began speaking to him. Um, Wandolphin, a creature that you have actually met before, although a different side of him.
His ego or
Id. No,
id?
ego. Ego. Id was the one you ran
Ego. It
into
was in that
earlier.
temple we met that
Yep.
started to strangle Anja.
Because you
I
just
don't like
had to
being.
read its book.
Yep.
Thanks, dude. That's why I don't like being touched now.
I remember this now. I remember all this. I blacked that out, I think.
Yeah, Ubo Sathla didn't do anything about that. You could have remembered that on your own. It offered knowledge. It assumed that you weren't working for Ubo Sathla anymore because you were no longer tainted by its otherworldly presence. And it offered you power, gave you back your memories, in hoping of having you work with it to get justice back for what happened to Wandolphin, um, among other things. You were teleported to an otherworldly room, a cave, where you found the spheres of Bokab. Bokab being the god of arcane magic and knowledge, and these spheres being little embodiments of that knowledge. You were pursued there by one of the hounds of Tindalos, that you were, thanks to the ledger, able to beat back and send back wherever it went back to. And shortly after a ritual, you were able to regain your memories. From the moment you accepted Ubo Sothla as your patron to the moment that it offered you immense power for having to sacrifice being in contact with Ubo Sothla, but that once you returned the ledger, the rest of the book to its book cover, that you would get back all of your warlock powers, and at which point Riley had to make the decision, still has to actually, because we didn't make any sort of decision at the end of last episode, whether you were going to accept Wandolfin the Wandolfin the Ego's offer, or if you were going to go running back to suckle at the teat of Ubo Sothla. And I think that's not where we'll begin tonight.
Oh,
Tonight
all right.
we begin with the most Tonight we begin with the most obvious. Mr. Knight.
Okay, cool. I was saying, is it obvious?
It's completely obvious, obviously. We're going to start with the most suspenseful character, which is obviously the dead one.
Okay.
Last we saw Mr. Knight, and the last thing Mr. Knight felt was the sharp pain along his backside as his tail was cut off from his bleeding body and presented to Upton, the ghoul in charge of the police force of Farzine. Fading into the dark abyss that is death, Mr. Knight awoke once more in Uthar, the city of cats in the Dreamlands, lying on top of a pillow, being offered catnip and cream, and kind of recollecting yourself. Now, funny thing is, when we started this campaign, I said to you guys, hey, no teleportation except for 30 feet. Be careful about eating magical food. You found out what happens, at least in one of those instances, when you teleport too far. And then I said, death is a somewhat final thing, and that revivify spells, you have to go through the goddess of death in order to have permission to use those kind of spells. And so, of course, our player, wonderful DJ, decides, okay, I'll be a monk of the Raven Queen. That's fine. All right, we'll see. And then we brutally murdered that character and set him on fire and burned him down into a pile of ashes. It was great. And of course, so next he comes up with a cat with 9 lives. So just out of curiosity, how do cats get to circumvent this bullshit?
So the problem is you're saying cat.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cat. It's Dreamland's cat. Dreamland's cat are technically just normal cats that have decided, because why otherwise? Cats don't, just do things because they're told to do it. They decide to do things.
Hmm.
But a cat can become a Dreamland's cat because all cats go to the Dreamlands when they dream. But Dreamland's cat have a special ability called 9 lives. Literally, when their life ends, their spirit, their mind, jaunt back to the Dreamlands where they leisurely relax for a while. It's a little traumatic going through something like that, and you wanna relax and forget about it until they're pretty much ready to come back, which could be a day or so. And then they just come back. They can do that 8 times, giving them a total of 9 lives.
Yes, it's not infinite.
It's not infinite. I mean, we have to give up something for not having opposable thumbs.
Oh, it's fair.
I mean, we should gain something for not having opposable thumbs. That's what I should say. I apologize.
So each thumb's worth 4 lives. Got it.
Yes.
I'll keep that in
And-
mind.
and
I wonder how
what's-
many Pinky is.
And what? Yeah, and what's? And
New
what's?
spell, more lives.
Got it. Riley's taking notes. I like this logic.
Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. My order. Okay. So you awaken once more in the city of cats.
Yeah.
Having decided not to go to death's door.
Well, yes, I have a particular task now.
For now.
No. I now have a very particular task. After resting for a while, getting some milk, maybe some fish, basking in the sun, doing that probably 3 more times.
Sure.
I'm actually going to gather up a couple cats, and we're going to have a seance session
Mm-hmm.
so I can gain my seance spell.
Ooh.
And then at that point, I think I'm probably ready to go back.
Yeah, before you're able to do this seance, you notice that as you are getting up and exploring, kind of walking through this city that you know well enough, you notice that there are the residents, the other cats, see you approaching in that cat-like way and then avoid making eye contact with you, shuffling off whenever you try to approach them. Although there is that curious nature to them that they do follow you after a while. The other thing you notice is that this city is full of ravens, dark shadows attached to the attached to the rooftops, gazing down into the streets. And this is very unusual. This is death given form. A raven comes to meet the cats, and whether the cat decides to go or not is up to the cat, as you said. However, after a certain amount of lives,
Eventually, enough ravens come to take the cat, whether it wills it or not.
Well,
And
I
the
look at the
city
ravens.
is full of these birds at this point.
Oh, not just for you.
I know. Again, as I
Mm.
said, I have a purpose now to do something. It doesn't involve the meta plot at all.
You look up at these ravens.
I will look around. I will actually see how many cats are about. Are there more or less than normal?
There are. It's difficult to say. They are following you, they're avoiding you as well. Some of them are being a little bit more subtle. Some of them are just kind of keeping a distance, but are obviously following you. There is a sense of unease, though, throughout the town, the city.
I'm gonna look at the closest one, and I'm just gonna turn and state to him, "Why did no one tell me?"
We tried to warn you.
No, you didn't tell me that it was this bad.
At which point a tabby, an orange tabby, comes up. Snowball would like to speak with you.
I lick my paw, rub myself, flick my tail a little bit, look around. Very well.
And heading to Snowball's palace is a strong word, but it's cozy enough and well enough. It's not as good as what you have. It makes do. You enter a room full of carpeted towers, feathers. What's disturbing is it's not just the brightly colored feathers from these towers that are dangling about, but the floor is littered with raven feathers as well.
I
Mr.
will,
Knight,
yes, I will ignore everything and just come up and casually sit down. Yes.
many of us believe that you have done us a great wrong involving us with this debacle at Farzine.
You do. I do not
At
see
least
this as a wrong.
those who are here.
I'll stretch a little bit.
As you do, you can kind of notice eyes begin to show up, filling the corners of the room of a huge amount of cats. But perhaps not as many as there should be.
I have to admit, I did not expect so many to get caught. I expected them to be much more aware.
As you yourself was, Mr. Knight.
Yes. Most unfortunate indeed. But we all know that this happens time to time.
But rarely at the behest of another, or a cause that is not theirs,
The cause
for
is
pets and rubs that they never received.
that is part of the issue. If we do not assist our servants in this matter, we will not be able to receive the pets and rubs. We will not be able to receive the feast so fancy.
He's so fancy.
We would only be able to be here because there is dire consequences happening indeed. Do you know the town is overrun by dog-like creatures? Have you been there?
Of course we are aware of these ghouls.
Ah, then you understand what is at stake, and that if we do not solve this problem for our servants, because let us face it, they are completely incompetent.
Only a few hundred servants. And to be fair, Farzine is a terrible place with too much rain and too cold temperatures. We could be spending our time in more drier places, being worshipped as we ought to be.
Yes, we
If
could.
we had not listened to you, we would not have lost Tumnus or Felix. Puss and his sneakers would not be on his last life if it was not for you.
Yes, but do you understand what is going on there? We may find another area that is luxurious and where the sun shines and we can bathe in it constantly. But if we do not help the servants deal with this, those areas will also be gone. And then what?
I think you overestimate these dog people, ghouls, these cultists.
It's not just the dog people, though.
Our servants
It's
are
also the
many.
fish people.
They're fish people. They mean no thing, and they smell quite delicious.
Mr. Knight will kind of take a spin and look at everybody. Do you not think it odd that so many of the creatures that stay in hiding suddenly do not? Do you not think it odd that they move about all strutting about like they were the cats, like they should rule? Do you not think it odd that so many servants have gone there in the past and have died? We teach them well. They are capable enough. No, something is going on and it will affect everything. And if we do not guide them, help them, lead them along, I fear that it will intrude upon our leisure time.
You see several cats bobbing their heads to your speech, looking at one another before looking at you. A scrawny back alley cat, in particular, is perhaps the most enthusiastic. We only have so many lives, Mr. Knight. How many do you ask for us to give? So that a small corner of a terrible part of the world will have our servants. I know your servants perished when these ghouls came up, but surely that does not mean we all have to throw our lives away for this pathetic piece of sandbox covered shit in the ocean.
Tell me, what matters to you? Finding a good meal, mating, sleeping, I would assume. Now, I'm gonna guess that you don't sleep in a windowsill. You probably sleep where the sun shines over by outside on a roof, a fence of some sort. Very luxurious indeed. But tell me, what happens if there is no more sun to look at, to bathe in? Would you appreciate that? Would your offspring appreciate that? We groomed our servants to do everything for us, as they should. There is no doubting that. But we are clearly dealing with more than what they can handle. They are only so useful. They are only so capable. Sometimes even we must extend our claws and fight. Now, many of you may think this is useless and we should just leave. And to be honest, I would not disagree with you if I did not know a little bit more than you. One of the servants I travel with, she can walk here while awake. She has been marked. I do believe that she is an omen, a sign of an ill-fated time, as if the stars were aligned in a way that would bring about disaster. I do not know the extent of this disaster, but I know that if what I have learned, if I speculate is true, something will come about and bring ruin upon all the lands, not just the island. Anyways, why should we let these dog and fish things take over what is rightfully ours? Everything is ours, as it should be. Would you let a dog take over your home, your alley, your food, your fish?
That scrawny alley cat. Yeah, no. Out loud says it.
I turn back to Snowball. And what say you? Would you?
Give me a persuasion check, I think.
Come on, Mr. Knight.
I have selected the pink fuzzy dice on D&D Beyond for tonight. That'll be an 18. Oh, do I have any bardic stuff I can do? I might have
No,
some.
you're
I have
dead.
bard stuff.
He's
I'm gonna give myself inspiration so I can roll extra. Yeah, D8 on top of that.
Oh boy.
Let's roll a d8 on top of that. +6, so that'll be 24.
Mm. You stare at Snowball with these unblinking eyes. And even though Snowball is obviously this glossy, white coated cat, much bigger than you.
You know, I actually picture like what was the cat's name? Riff Raff?
Raph.
The like the suave cat with the hat and the cane.
Oh, are you talking Cats the musical?
No, 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 no. It was a cartoon.
Okay.
Alley cat.
Okay. Riff Raff.
Or
I think his
no.
name was Riff Raff. Oh, anyways.
No, I'll take that.
Or like a Godfather kitty.
That's more what I was. Mr. Dr. Evil's cat that he strokes before
It's actually
he
just a
throws all
human
his
there
crap,
petting him.
looking completely bewildered by all the cats, but
It's just like some old
Not-
granny. It's like, look at all the lovely kitties.
yeah, I think that's appropriate. But the shifting of the feet, the the anxiousness, um, having been dominated so by you, and you can kind of see the eyes shifting to and from the other cats. Very well, but we cannot keep throwing our lives away for this cause.
That is fine. I actually was here to tell you all to stop.
After all that. Just stop anyways.
I was unaware that they were tagging us so often. That irks me. And unless, I was going to do this alone to show how amazing I am, but
Oh Jesus.
if anybody wishes to join me, I think it's time we gather and feast on a particular individual. One
Are you?
that's
Yeah, go ahead.
one that seems to be collecting and benefiting from us. A dog thing that needs to go away.
Nods of agreement, and I think we'll end the scene there. Your seance will happen as you desire it, but we see the camera as it kind of backs out of Snowball's palace of Mr. Knight planning his assassination attempt upon Upton, I imagine. But we follow that scrawny alley cat as it slips away just a little bit earlier from the meeting, leaving the building, going into an alleyway through a couple of cans that still smell just a little bit like tuna, and up into a building where it passes through a gutter and comes out on the other side once more in Farzine in the morning time before poking its head out of the alleyway, looking left and right. It runs up to the Kava's Respite, working in
pawing at the door where it's opened up. Ah, Mr. Whiskers. What's going on in otherworldly places? Please come in, come in. And we join back with Anja. The following morning, after having your long rest, you're getting breakfast.
Okay, so we're backtracking a little bit because I was
just a little bit, yeah.
So I'm back at what's his name's house having breakfast. Okay,
Zachariah.
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 Mr.
you-
Tumnus.
Mr. Whiskers, thank you. The scrawny alley cat. You literally watch as this alley cat comes in. Zachariah greets him, and they apparently have a little bit of a conversation.
I can't understand him at all, right?
You cannot understand him at all.
Shucks.
Miss Anya Yeager, things have gotten quite
Anya Yeager.
interesting since you came through my door last night.
What are you gonna expound on this or what?
No, not really.
Of course not. So why bother get my attention and interrupt my pretty decent breakfast?
That
Are you just
wide shit-eating grin on his face as he just enjoys that little poke and prod. No, naturally so, Miss Yeager. However, we must be getting off here soon. I'll take you back the way you came in. But I must warn you that after I do so, I will be reporting it to Upton, the magistrate, and the commander as well. And I'll warn you, you may not want to go back in the same way you came in before.
How do you know I came in the city? Are they telling you how we got in?
Yeah, and he just waves over to that wall of cats, minus the few empty ones from the ones that he killed the previous night. I have eyes and ears everywhere, Miss Yeager. And it so happens my eyes have seen a few of your friends leaving the city.
You're my friends leaving the city?
Yes.
As far as I know, I'm the only one here.
Well, then it's probably best that you get out of here since you're all alone then. Come, let's go.
So he's not going to busy himself with something so I could go unlock the let the cats out, huh?
I mean, if you want to start a barroom brawl.
I feel much better. No, not really. This is all going to be saved for later, but I'm not liking it. I mean, what harm is it going to be if I just unlock the doors?
I don't know.
If there's no opportunity, I'm not going to do it.
Sure.
But if there is some opportunity,
You gather your things.
yeah, there's no opportunity.
And while you do so, you actually notice that Zachariah is opening up the cages.
Is it?
Go on, get. And about 20 to 30 cats are let out, save for 6 of them.
It did occur to me that, well, I guess they have to find a door and go to it. So unless a door of the Dreamlands opens up in one of those prison cells, they're stuck there, right?
Are you asking me as the DM?
As the DM, yeah. It's something Anja was thinking.
Doorways appears and cats know how to find them.
Right. But if
They don't make the door appear. They just
Right.
know where it is.
So if none appear in the prison, they're all stuck in. Because I was like, why can't they just get out? And I'm like, oh yeah, because
They
the door's
don't
probably not there.
teleport.
No, they're not. But if there's no door in the
Mhm.
prison cell itself, they can't get
Yeah,
out.
correct.
Okay. I was just
Mhm.
clarifying that one.
Yeah, yeah.
I won't teleport either. Just to be clear.
No, of course not. Why would you teleport? That'd be weird.
That's right.
You hear the sound of a baying, slathering dog as a hound of Tandalos comes out from one of the corners and begins to attack you.
What?
No. Anyway.
Nobody. What time of the day? Because we came at night and slept all day. So is it evening when I'm having breakfast and
That is a good point.
about to
You
leave?
slept through all the thing.
I would have slept all day. It was like dawn when I was sneaking out.
Yeah, I'll say you sleep all day and you get the night as well. So we're in the morning, but it's about a
Oh,
day
we're
and a
still
half
doing the
later.
morning? Okay, fine.
Yeah, I like the morning. I like how it pictures.
Fine.
And Mr. Knight had to come up and to do that scene and everything like that. Shut up, Anja. Okay. So Zachariah lets most of the cats out of the cages. Watching you as he does so. And after the last couple, are you ready to go, Miss Yeager?
Yeah. I kind of give him an approving look
Mm-hmm.
with that. He doesn't need them. He has me as leverage, apparently.
He's got what kind of leverage?
He's got me as leverage. Well, I mean, he's been throwing bones to the guards. He gave him a cat. I mean, he's been basically bribing them with cats to stay to them for the guards in town to leave him alone, is what I gathered. But now he's got a bit of info that he can give them instead of cats. You're not just gonna say you have no knowledge of where. Yeah, you don't have any knowledge of the campus. Otherwise, you would have asked. Okay, I didn't ask that. I'm trying to remember what we did 4 weeks ago. All right, yeah, I'm ready. Let's get the hell out.
And he is absolutely just watching you, just trying to read what's going through your mind. But at that point, you exit out of the building, and do me a favor and give me a few stealth rolls for me.
Stealth? What happened to I get out of the city?
What, you don't think you have to sneak out of the city?
I thought he was actually helping me sneak out of the city.
Yeah, so roll stealth.
Advantage?
You may.
Oh, let's let me see if I got anything else to help. No, I took Long Strider. I didn't take. I don't think I can cast that anyways. All right, stealth. Wait, did I say advantage?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Oh, wow, okay. That's 23 on the first one.
Mm-hmm.
How many
checks?
Just 2. Come on. All right, good. 20 on the second one.
Okay. Early in the morning, you are able to weave your way through between the streets. You're not going back to the stockade, however.
No, I wasn't anyways.
The stockade is where you snuck into.
Right, but I was going to go out through the where they were building the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Does he? I mean, he's supposed to be helping me get out. Does he tell me the best way out?
He's taking you to where you snuck in.
I thought he said not to go that way.
All right, let's re-clarify here.
Yeah, I'm a little confused.
He is taking you to where you snuck into the city. However, once you leave, he fully intends on telling the guards where this secret entrance is in order to sneak back into the city so that they can get a little deal going on there, a little information brokerage, seal up their defenses a little bit better.
I didn't want to go back underneath. That's
And
all right.
so
I got a idea on how to actually get back to camp without dying.
he leads you through the city, but you don't actually head back to the stockade.
Oh,
You find yourself going past the Albatross, and a couple houses down the street, you can actually see the wall looming up. He proceeds to open up a door into a house where looks like a family may have been butchered there.
is it that house?
Different house.
Oh, goody.
A one on a different side of town.
Is he taking me to a spot where there's like a shit ton of blood because
Well, good point. It's dried. It's actually older. You guys have been out of the takeover has happened about a week to 2 weeks ago, maybe even 3 at this point, to be honest. So what blood there was has kind of soaked into the ground.
okay, it's outside.
Hmm. And you see
Yeah.
a displaced grate from a fireplace. There you go, Miss Yeager, my part of the deal. But like I said, don't come back in this way again.
Do you know where they took the tools that the skeleton had?
From what I've been told, they have been locked up in the encampment. And that would be damn foolish and a waste of a wonderful resource, a beautiful resource of yourself, dear.
Oh, I'm not gonna go there now. But not alone.
That's
already
good you can
have-
make some wise decisions.
I have stuff I need to get back to our camp. So this entrance, you're gonna tell them about the other entrance, but not this one, right?
I'm going to make this perfectly as clear as possible. Zachariah believes you came in this entrance.
Oh, okay. I thought, never mind.
He took you to the wrong entrance.
All right, so he's gonna tell them about this entrance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought he was playing some game here. All right. I don't say that. Okay. All right.
Okay. You move the grate.
Yep. There's a lot of exits down fireplace grates.
There's a lot of lava tubes and whatnot, yeah. You manage to slip your way down there. You hear the grate.
Shh.
I take that back. You don't actually hear the grate shutting. You hear it actually shifting a little bit more. Sound of something being tidied up a little bit. Good luck, Miss Yeager, and try to stay alive. I'm sure you'll bring interesting things with you.
How much
Bon
time?
voyage.
Wait. How much time
Go fuck
am I?
yourself. No, go
How
ahead.
much time am I getting before the guards show up here investigating?
That is a good question, Miss Yeager.
Give me a good answer.
Give me a perception check.
Perception,
Uh-huh.
not insight. Oh, forget it. I don't see shit. So that's a 2 in the die. Plus 5 is 7.
You don't get an answer, although you hear a muffled
I'm gonna back away because it's not, if it's not his voice, then someone else has showed up and I gotta run.
Yeah.
Shit. Because I do not want to do this. What I want to do, when you've had 4 weeks to think about this,
Gosh,
what I
you
want to
can
do.
actually talk about this to the DM. I'm not the enemy.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I wanted to do this. I wanted to play it out and see how it goes. But anyways, basically what I want to do, I want to find some place to hide.
Okay.
And I want to try to get into the Dreamlands. I basically want to not go through all this friggin' dangerous, lava tubes because it has been bad every time we've come down here. I want to go through the Dreamlands and then come back here. And I know I made a connection. I know Anja knows she's really close to actually doing it because she got close last time. And I will, if I can find a place to hide myself that's good enough, then I have time to do it. I don't have any rush. So can I find a place that's lava tubes? So I was going to do it in the woods because I thought I was up in the woods and that one might have been I would have had an easier time.
Sure. You run through these lava tubes, hearing a voice.
Shit.
If you take the time to pause, you start to hear digging and scraping sounds behind you. You hear the clink of chainmail and metal.
I'm casting Long Strider on myself. That was the spell I changed out for good parry, so I can move faster.
And you start running through the tunnels, weaving past stalactites and stalagmites through the porous rock of leftover lava. This path isn't quite well trodden.
That's good.
And you see water glistening down, drip, drip. And we watch as Anja runs by it, drip, drip, and the camera kind of stays there. Drip, drip. And this liquid turns into this sphere of knowledge.
Oh, I thought it was going to be a liquid sphere.
And we find ourselves in the room with Riley. Oh gosh, I can't pronounce your last name now that I think about it.
Trigardus?
Trigardus. Thank you. You have regained all of your memories.
All of my horrible, horrible memories.
All of your horrible, horrible memories.
I remember being eaten by the beings in the off the shore here, like the deep one. Well, at least being grabbed by it. I remember our fleeing from the Daggone Inn. I remember all the things. I remember all my time with Nebby.
Oh, so sad.
Remembering what happened to her, and then, of course, remembering going into that room again with no memory. And that has to just be strange, just kind of having this side-by-side double life just suddenly thrust upon you again.
It's traumatic.
The one that burns brightest in your mind, though, is seeing the face of a screaming Wandolfin as you returned what you now realize was just the small part, the useless part, really, of Wandolfin's id as it kind of filled up this tombstone of that disappointment on your part, because this overwhelming feeling from Ubo Sothla as it connected with you removed all of its presence from you and left you. From it we come, to it we return. Simple words, but words that you know mean to get the rest of Wandolfin, this devious child who spurned its creator's love, its creator's embrace, tried to hide knowledge from it, burning bright, the formula needed to scrawl on the cover of the book to force ego to return what is rightfully Ubo Sothla, the power promised. And you stand there gazing down at this ledger book which guided you to this place, this dark cavern. You fought off that hound. You look around and you can still see the droplets, the spheres of this arcane knowledge stolen, by Ubo Sothla, and yet stolen again by a whole Wandolfin. Stolen to exact retribution for the deceit that Ubo Sothla had intended for him. To escape becoming one with Ubo Sothla, something that you promised, that you dedicated your being to. You're given the choice. Scrawl this formula down on the ledger and be welcomed back into Ubo Sothla's being, to have a chance to be a part of the tablet of the gods, to be welcomed to its yawning feeling of home, or to join forces with ego in realizing that it was all a lie, that it was simply turning you into a cup, a vessel to be filled with whatever knowledge it desired. Why it desired knowledge about potatoes, you don't know, but it could only be to a terrible end, you're sure. and joining Ego to prevent that from happening, to take a little bit of vengeance, to lay a destructive path upon your former patron. Do you want to go what's going through his mind right now, or what actions that Riley decides to take?
Yeah, I guess I will start by saying Riley remembers everything. So even though it was just a few months ago when we departed Arukatan, it feels like years, obviously, with all the stuff we've been through. And Riley, with all of his memories back, realized that he was very naive in being used by Ubosatla. While he's just 16, or at least he was 16 when he started this journey, he was just a naive boy who was tempted by this power and took it. Now that he's given a second opportunity or a second chance, and he's hesitant in accepting Ubo's power again and becoming one with these tablets because he understands that it's not as simple as that. Or maybe it is as simple as that and he doesn't want that. But either way, probably actually definitely Riley's not going to go through with Ubo's plan and is going to betray Ubo Sathla and manipulate the ritual. Like we discussed on Discord.
You have all your memories now. Are
I do.
you ready to pursue the course? We will protect this world from his presence. We will keep the knowledge that these people have written out of his hands. We will use this knowledge against him. But we can't not do that from in here. Proceed to draw this ritual upon the ground.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to try and use my Arcana just to make sure that I'm not being deceived. Maybe insight. I don't know if I can.
Not so trusting anymore, are you?
I am not so trusting anymore.
Yes, go ahead. Either Arcana or Insight.
I think I would have better luck confirming the Arcana.
Okay.
Nat 20 +5.
That's jeez. Arcana. You look at this text, and it is some sort of ward.
Similar to the Eldritch Ward that I inscribed on Merrick's club.
Yeah, similar to that. This one dealing with time, space, more of a temporal deal, something that would probably prevent these hounds of Tindalos from further tracking you. After all, the one that you drove away, you only drove away, you didn't kill it. So it may come back. And you finish it. Good. That should prevent disturbances. If you look into the back of the room there should be a rope and grappling hook. You should be able to climb your way through the roof of the cavern here.
All righty. I guess I will try that. How far is the climb?
That's about a 20-foot climb.
Oh, all right. That's fine. I have a couple attempts.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm going to say you have so much time at this point that you probably don't even need to roll. You will make it up eventually. Give me
Yeah,
one roll to
I
see,
fall a
like,
couple times. I'll rest a little bit. Try again.
yeah.
Roll to see how long
I'll make it.
takes.
And you crawl out of this hole in the ground, and you find yourself in the jungles of Farzine.
Thank God.
In the jungles.
Yeah, the monkeys. There's that one frozen monkey, right? That looked
I was
upon
hoping he was going to
the
be
image
in
of
the
Fenathoa.
cave.
Yeah.
That would be
Darn.
convenient, wouldn't it?
Yes, it
Yeah.
You
would.
just want to regroup all of a sudden?
Yes.
Ah,
And the party is back together.
That's all right. I'm probably going to split it up anyways if I do what I wanted to.
It's
yeah,
all
I
right.
tell you what. Survival roll, please.
Both of us?
Survival.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
That's fine. 21.
Oh, good.
Good.
Hang on. I gotta get back to D&D Beyond here. Survival, that is 21.
21. Nice.
Nice.
You're both, when you're able to leave your caverns, respectively, you
Oh.
are able to figure out your location and figure out where you need to go to get back to the refugee camp. Riley, you have no reason to go by yourself, I imagine, to Farzine.
I navigate
Anja.
by the stars. I've finally mastered that ability.
Oh, there you go.
I've got all my
Yeah.
memories back, and now I know how to actually use the skills that I've gathered in chunks over time.
What's even worse is you just more or less realize, no, you don't know how to navigate to the stars, and that's a bad idea to try. No.
Wait, this only works when I'm on the ocean because it tracks the amount of time I pass. And how the stars move doesn't really help me too much on land where there's trees blocking the stars.
Riley, you managed to make your way back to the refugee camp. Anja, when you exit out of the cave, you have left the voices, the clanks behind you.
How far away am I? Well, that survival check will tell me how far I am away from the refugee camp, I would think.
You're on the right side of the town to be for the refugee camp. What's more is it'll probably take you maybe about half a day if you're being cautious and going through the jungle. You might be able to get there faster if you go by the seaside, simply having less
there's no risk at all there.
No
going
risk
by
there,
the ocean
yeah.
with the deep ones. And what about what I wanted to do? Can I try that?
Let me present to you all the information first.
Okay.
Your survival check, you notice that there is a furrow in the ground leading out of the cave that you came from, headed in the direction of the refugee camp. A narrow furrow. If you look at it a bit closely, you can see there's like a bipedal, either a small child or perhaps a halfling or gnome, appear to be alongside this furrow, and if you choose to follow it a little ways,
Yeah, I guess I will.
you can kind of deduce that whatever this person is doing, they're dragging something along behind them.
Well, I'm gonna stomp on it because it looks like that somebody's making a trail. Shit. Somebody's making a trail to the refugee camp. If that's where it's going,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stomp on it and try to get rid of that because I don't want anything to lead there for obvious reasons. I guess I won't be trying to sneak out through the. Oh god damn it! That means I have to walk all the way back, or until the furrow. I'll follow it and take it out.
You can follow it, and after a while, you notice the furrow becomes less pronounced. The tracks, every once in a while, appear to be going over some rocky outcroppings. In those instances, you have to take the time to locate this dragging marks again, these footprints again.
I know there's a
Almost like
traitor.
someone is trying to lose the trail to throw someone off a scent. With a 21, your eyes every once in a while, and just your nerves, you can kind of see this blotch of red every once in a while, very rarely.
Like someone's wounded.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I've got. I don't know how long it lasts. 1 hour. All right, so I have a long stride, so I can move pretty quick. My movement speed right now is 40 feet. Assuming it's not been an hour yet. I don't know how long it's an hour, but I'll cast it again if it's been at least an hour since the last time.
Yeah, go ahead and give it another casting
Okay.
if you want to maintain it.
Yeah. I might want to catch up with whatever the hell this is. And I keep following that trail.
You do. And eventually you begin to hear the sounds of something being dragged, the huffing breath of something ahead of you.
Stealth check. I want to catch up. I assume I'm going faster than.
You certainly hope so.
Nat 20 for 24.
All right, give me half a second here. I got to make a roll.
20 for 30 to detect me.
Oh, you're being a jerk, aren't you? All right, you are.
Who's being a jerk? The die?
Oh, D&D Beyond is being a bloody jerk for undoing my subscription. Okay.
What?
The figure ahead of you is just huffing and puffing. They don't notice you slip quietly into the foliage. It's not an obvious trail it's leaving behind them at this point, and you see why. It's a small, this huge axe is being dragged behind. Attached to the axe appears to be what looks like a bushel of leaves that is kind of degrading the drag marks and the footprints, but this axe is so big that it can't quite erase the furrows that it's leaving behind.
Oh, so he's like trying. I see. He is trying to hide it. Does he look
No,
familiar?
no. Well, I should hope so. As the older figure of a halfling that you know quite well appears to be dragging behind it uh, the great axe that last you saw wielding it was Sir Jeremiah, what you would know as
Right.
Commander or Captain
Oh.
Lothar's
Oh, it's Merrick.
axe side splitter. It's
So
Merrick.
it's Merrick.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I could have looked through my friggin' sword.
Well, it wouldn't have worked. It's kind of sheathed at his hip as he just.
Merrick.
Huh.
Merrick. It's me.
Oh, thank. Oh,
You're alive.
Anja. Yeah. Yeah. I caught up to the Jeremiah fella, the crazy fella.
Yeah. What happened? You have his axe.
I killed him.
Oh, wow.
And this is Lothar's axe, and I thought I'd try and bring it back to him, and it was easier when I wasn't tired.
How the hell did you manage to kill him? You were really bad off when you took off. How the hell did you manage to take him out?
You learn a few things in the military, and he just kind of we don't have to talk about it. Can you pick this up?
Yeah. You know,
And as he's kind of pointing at it, you
just
see that he's holding his side, and there is claw marks that are he's attempting to have bandages over it, but that's clearly where some of this blood has been spilling out on occasion.
was that like from the fight?
It's new to you.
It's new. Do I see any wounds on that test that's really him from the fight yesterday?
Wow.
God, has it been
You
yesterday?
guys, no trust whatsoever. I don't know why.
Someone's a traitor, you know. I didn't think it'd be him.
What are you trying to? Are you inciting him? Are
Yeah.
you?
Oh God. I
How are
know
you
of a
doing
good.
this?
I will. Sure. I'll roll an insight. Oh, that's 23.
23.
That's good.
Yes, he's clearly uncomfortable with going through the details of how he killed Jeremiah.
But it's him, and he is just legit needs some help. All right.
Yeah, it really does.
Okay. I'm going to. Well, since I'm a good doobie, I'm going to cast a Cure Wounds. I'm going to blow through all my spell sets. I'm going to cast Cure Wounds
Hmm.
on him. To try to deal with that. Do you want me to roll? Do you want me to roll the?
I think we're okay for right
All
now.
right.
This is more storytelling.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and he's just muttering something about being too old for this shit.
It's fine. I'll take the axe.
Mhm.
Oh.
And there
take
is
that.
the yeah. Go ahead.
Good. No, go ahead. I pick up the axe, sling it on my shoulder.
It
You're
is
leaving a
comfortable. This is a lovely axe, by the way.
Oh, Jesus. But I have a shield. I assume I can't. This is not a one-handed axe, right?
It is a great axe. It is a great axe.
It's I assume it's a magical great axe too. All right.
Yeah.
I'll pick it up.
Mm-hmm. You pick it up, and you just have this, I don't know, sense of determined renewed within you. You're going to go back to Farzine, and you're going to kill every single one of those ghouls in there. You are going to take this axe, and you are just going to behead every single one.
What the?
And it doesn't matter. The deep ones aren't going to stop you either. You're going to kill them too. They're monsters. You are a monster hunter. But it's just kind of a feeling you get.
Does this feel weird? Like, do I know I'm being played by a friggin' axe?
No, Carol, no. It's not that you feel weird. You feel great. Feel
I
great,
feel
like
awesome.
invincible great.
All right, let's go back right now. I feel like that's
not invincible. Great.
no.
Oh, come
I
on, no
assume
one
I
got the
don't feel.
reference.
What's funny is Merrick never felt any of this because that's how Merrick normally feels.
Yeah.
The thing of it is, actually, that's not really a stretch for Anja. I mean, she carries around Brand's old mask with all like dead people written on it that she wants to avenge. So this actually just sort of leans into how she feels. Maybe she thinks this is a powerful, powerful weapon. Now I can do what I want to do, and I'll put it up. Do I? Here's the thing. Do I feel like I now want to keep this at all costs? Like I'm not gonna that I don't want to ever give this weapon up and use anything else, or
It feels comfortable.
it feels comfortable, but doesn't feel. You know what
I
I'm
don't know.
saying?
You want someone to take it from you?
No.
Merrick just looks
No.
at you. Hey, can you give me that axe? Roll a wisdom saving throw, please.
Yeah. Oh, I fail. I'm sure a 2 is a failure plus whatever. Yeah, 4.
All right. You take the great axe and you bury it into his shoulders. Just
what?
Right there. You kill him right out.
Do I really?
No.
I hope doesn't. Oh God, if it controls you like that.
To be honest, he's not going to ask you to give him the axe back because it's too big for him.
No, that's true.
No, you just at the moment you feel very comfortable with it. This is a very nice weapon, and to kill monsters like you've been trained to do, this is a monster killing weapon for certain. This is maybe made for you, possibly, huh?
Goodbye to my. I don't even remember if I got a shield anymore. I mean, oh yeah, because I have two-handed weapons. Oh, it's right, because I fight with 2 weapons. Damn it! There goes my entire archetype.
Okay.
Can't you hold it with one hand?
Yeah, right.
Just hold it with one hand. All right, now run at me.
Shit.
Between the two of you, you are able to make it back to camp, as well as cover your tracks much better than when Merrick was doing it by himself. Merrick gets medical attention. You are given an opportunity to rest at camp.
I give over the tools. I play with the sword for an hour. I mean, the axe for an hour. Oh, I know it does.
Yeah. Beatrice takes the tools and begins working. That's going to help their invasion as far as making sure that they are at least better, well armored. They're not going to be tripping over themselves while they're trying to get through the wall. And as you play with the axe, you are eventually encountered by. Well, you know what? Let's get the rest of you together here.
Good shot.
Mr. Knight.
Yes.
Nah, let's screw Mr. Knight.
No, I want my kitty back.
Riley, you find yourself walking back into camp. The guards, for a moment, are a little confused as to who you are, having never seen you before, not having a crazed look in your eye to compare you to. but I think over a period of time, you are allowed back into the camp. Back to the campsite, you see Anja wielding this giant great axe around. Perhaps more notably, though, you see a group of figures take a look at you before leaving quickly.
The Warlock buddies.
The Warlock Bros.
The book club.
The book club. You should be cautious while you're here, Riley. There are servants in our midst, and we will need to free them from Ubosathla's powers by any
Wait,
means necessary.
Who's saying this?
Well, this is the book. That you took with you, I assume.
Sorry, you cut out for like the last 10 seconds.
Your new patron is speaking to you.
Oh, my new patron is speaking
Your
to me.
book.
All right.
Your book.
My book.
Mhm.
All right, cool.
You just have affinity for talking books, man. It's going to get you into trouble. And eventually, in his own time, Mr. Knight arrives back in camp.
Of course, it's in his own time.
Of course. Like, what? You 3 weeks later, Mr. Knight?
Well, there is something in particular I would like to deal with before going back to camp, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you want to. I don't know how you want to address that.
Oh, what is? Oh, I'm curious now. What do you got?
I sent a message to you a while ago.
Oh no. All right. Let's see. Are you attempting to bring this to the refugee camp?
No,
No.
What are you
no. This
doing?
is just for the scene. This is just for satisfaction for all us kitties.
Oh no, what are you up to?
Which apparently my cats are knocking something over. Something heavy just fell.
Is it the planter?
I don't know.
Are they on your counters again?
I don't know.
You got those to research this role, right?
Obviously.
Oh, things are going to drastically change then.
I know, he's going to be even worse as a cat now. You're not young, though. They're kittens. You're not a kitten.
Are you attempting to do this immediately as it happens? You've convinced the cats to join you in this task, and you set out to do it immediately, or are you gathering them for the right moment?
You know what? Now that you mentioned that, at first I would think immediately, strike when the iron's hot and whatnot. But then, because we're cats, I realized no. It is best if we let we need to create an atmosphere of terror for this individual first. Stalk him. Basically, like quick glimpses of cats staring at him or knocking something over, making a little twitchy, maybe some some images that a cat scratched on a wall with him decapitated or something,
Oh, that's awesome.
or just like dead birds at his door.
You're giving him gifts. Wow. Okay.
I'll leave him rats and mice with no heads.
Hmm.
Put it in his bed. Oh wait, put the rats and mice's head in his bed.
But
Like the cat
one of the things
mafia.
is that particular collection, shall we say, he has. I wish to again, this is why I messaged you, because I wanted to do an alteration, so to speak, since rather than something medium sized, we're talking about a lot of tiny things.
I tell you what, we'll come back to it near the end of the.
It is near the end.
Near the end. It
You're
is
like
near the end.
15
You're
minutes to
absolutely.
go, man. I
Oh.
mean, it would be. I mean, technically, we kind of skipped him, so it is sort of his turn.
It is sort of his turn.
Although
Absolutely.
I have one quick thing I wouldn't mind doing.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I assume one of the leaders around here I can trust, right? Is not the traitor.
Yeah, but
Because
which
we were
one?
told is a traitor.
Crazy Marley.
No.
Yeah,
that
go
actually
with
might be
Crazy Marley.
that might be
That
correct.
might be actually right. I
You know where
mean,
he stands.
there is the blacksmith, who I know is making stuff for us.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the leader of this camp?
Who is the leader of this camp?
Yeah, who's like the official leader of this camp?
Captain
This-
Lothar.
Oh, Lothar.
Mm-hmm. The guys whose axe you have right now.
Oh, that's right. I'm gonna. Yeah, I do trust him. I'm gonna go to him and I want to inform him that I was told that there's a traitor in the camp and our location may be. The enemy may get the location soon.
I can just imagine some refugees overhearing this conversation.
Oh,
and
no,
panic
no.
ensuing
No.
the entire
No.
camp. Everyone pointing at everyone else. You're
Well,
the traitor.
no, first of
You're
all,
the
because
traitor. You're the traitor.
no, because I don't know who it is. This is going to be a conversation between me and him with no one around. I will pull him aside.
Mm-hmm.
I was given no clue as to who this was.
Who'd you get the information from?
Zechariah.
Zachariah?
Yep.
With a soft J, not a hard J?
Ja. I believe
Yeah,
that's a
Ja.
hard J.
No. Sha. But
Whatever.
and you have reason to trust this information.
I do. It's a tricky situation, but he did help me probably to try to figure out what's going on with me. I mean, and I didn't really give him, he wanted to know where this camp was. I assure you, I did not tell him where this camp is. I said I can try to have a meeting with you, but he didn't want that.
Okay.
I get the sense he's out for himself. He is playing his own game here with his own goals. I do not get a sense he's on the side of the ghouls at all. But he's but I don't think he's really on our side. I think he's on his own side. Maybe a little bit against the ghouls. He did help me get out.
Anyone you trust in this camp in particular?
Well, pretty sure Riley and Mr. Knight and Merrick are all on the. I do trust, but I mean, it could be anyone. I mean, they're the ones I actually know real well. I don't really know everyone else. I don't even know you that well. Call it insight and trying to and trusting you. I believe you were wanted, so pretty sure you're not on their side. Unless you made a deal. Also, I have your axe. Do you want it back?
He will absolutely take it from you.
How
And
bad?
as
Oh no.
you go to hand it to him, there is
Oh shit.
this feeling
Sorry,
once
DJ.
again, this desire to hold on to this axe. You and it belong together. You will take the heads of so many monsters away. Obviously, Lothar doesn't deserve it. He had it taken away from him. And you can even look in Lothar's eyes now as his eyes never left the axe, even when you started talking to him about a traitor.
Oh shit.
But if you wish to give it to him, you may.
It's his.
And he
It's
takes it
his.
from you
Yep.
and holds it to like a teddy bear. Oh, oh, sweet girl, I'm so sorry I lost you. I should never have let him take that and hold you to him. I'm never leaving you again.
Does that kind of concern you?
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, traitor, yes.
That you're kind of
Obed. I trust Obed.
okay, that's fair. I trust Obed too. Is there anybody you don't trust? There might be a better angle.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here.
Anybody who's disappeared too, or whatever, or has been taking notes, or
The book club have been taking a lot of notes,
hmm,
but they've been doing
the,
that
the
this
book
entire
club.
time. That Riley character of yours have been taking a lot of notes too.
Yeah, Riley. No, I trust Riley.
I mean, pretty much ever since Riley got to this refugee camp, he was studying those runes and trying to convert warlocks. There wasn't much where he interacted with other refugees.
Let me see here. Okay. If there's a traitor among us, they have to be communicating with Upton and the commander and magistrate.
Yes.
The only people who would be capable of doing that would be the Toa guards. They're the only people who range out by themselves, spy on the city from a distance, do any sort of hunting, and there's only about 4 of them left.
Who's left?
And at that point,
All right.
we see the footsteps walking into the stockade of Farzine. We see Upton sitting at a desk with his pince-nez on his nose, writing down something. Behind him is a wall of cattails. Some of them actually are still attached to the skins.
And from the back, we see a Toa guard, still leafy, handing over a map. And Upton curls it open, and you see a map of Farzine. And the guard retreats from the room. Yes, this will do splendidly. And as he begins to write down orders, there's this shuffling sound behind him. Turns, looks, it's just the wall of cats. Dead cat tails hanging off the walls. And he continues writing again. And something catches at the corner of his eye. And with a quick glance, and as the camera kind of spans away from this office, we see as the cat tails begin to move, coming alive. And we'll end the session right there.
Oh, come on. We have another 7 minutes.
I know, but you guys have decided to do a mystery whodunit, and I think that's a good one. So, guys, yes.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So, I was going to say, who are the 4 Toa guards that were left?
You'll find out next time.
When we get a list.
Yeah, the list of the 4 who
What?
are still
all right.
alive.
Rather than that, let me ask, what was the name of the one that helped us?
Tua, the Toa guard.
No, it wasn't Tua. There was a lady.
There was a lady.
Wasn't it a lady that
Give him
helped
some
us?
time to reread stuff, Carol.
Yeah, obviously.
So,
I can go. My book's over there, so.
in Skyrim, there's a quest where you're supposed to get into the Dark Brotherhood by killing one of 3 people. I always just killed all 3 and it works. So we only have 4 guards to take out and we're fine.
Well, remember, the guards are helping people stay alive by producing food and stuff.
Yeah, but it's only 3 guards that are helping.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah, I know.
And that's not too big of a deal.
I think we can figure out who it is, and I'm pretty sure we can eliminate a couple possibilities too.
I say we just interrogate through magic.
It's an idea.
Guys, this is Murder Hobo Inc., the CRED campaign. See us in a couple of weeks as we figure out who is the traitor amongst the Toa guard. Oh my gosh. All right. You can follow us on Twitter, take a look at our archive.
Subscribe to us on YouTube.
Oh, subscribe, like this video, like all the CRED videos, dislike all of the cacophony videos. They're okay, but not that good. And don't forget to buy some awesome merchandise at Threadless, Mhobo Inc. Get the CRED stuff. It's also amazing. Again, thanks to our sponsors, Pirate Dog Dice, Oddfish Games, and don't forget to sign up for Murder Hobo Con 3 this February the 11th. Time slots are filled up. Start joining in as players to have fun and meet new people online. I'm tired and I'm out of it, so everyone wave at your camera. Say goodnight. This is for you guys for all the time I went long. We've